Hello. I hope I'm heard well. So my name is Aziz. I'm super glad to be here. And today I'm going to talk about the importance of having node providing services in any DApps. So the first question I'd like to ask you, I need your assistance. So please don't be shy. Keep interactive as possible. The first question is, have you been trying to run your own node in your experience? Please raise your hand. Okay, no one. I guess we have business people here rather than developers. So basically, if we talk about the nodes, I'm going to tell you that it's a quite challenging thing if you're running it on your own. Because it's not about only running, it's also about maintaining and making sure that it's standing for 99.99999 or something kind of availability. So if we talk about the GetBlock itself, so this is the blockchain as a service platform for instant API access to different top blockchain protocols. And the basic question is why it's important to have a node providing service for your DApp is that you have at least 3 benefits. The first one is if we talk about the timing. Let's take case like, for example, Solana. If you have been working with Solana node, it may take 2 weeks for the full running of a node, because you have to run it to set up, you have to choose the hardware that is suitable for Solana, and you have to run it using specific and the right parameters. So in this case, it may take for 2 weeks or maybe months to get this Solana node ready. So instead of doing and spending a lot of hours to build this Solana node, in several clicks or in several hours, you'll get access to the node using GetBlock service. This is the first benefit. The second benefit would be to, I guess it's quite obvious as well, to reduce risk and avoid downtimes. Let's say you have one developer who is running a Solana node in your project. And this Solana node, by accident, for example, with a huge loading, started to provide some, giving some errors. And you have a downtime. Your client's starting to complain, saying, oh, your service is going down or something, and you start losing people. So instead of avoiding this situation, I'm always recommending the apps to have kind of distributed and decentralized node providing services. Again, I'm not saying that you don't have to run your own nodes. It's very good, but at the same time, you can use, for example, node providing services as a backup system. In case if you have any downtimes, you can use, for example, GetBlock to make sure that you don't have any downtimes while you have any issues with the Solana node. And the third one is to make development lean. It's, I'm talking about 80% on a hardware, you save up 80% on a hardware and engineering costs. Let's say you started to develop your node's infrastructure. At least it may take more than 1 people to make sure that it's stable. So, and I'm sure you can imagine how much it is to pay these salaries for developers. And it's really costly, it costs a fortune. At the same time, you can use a very simple, at the same time, complex solution as GetBlock to start using it starting from $6. And it's not per month, and it's not per 2 months or per year. It's per request you're doing for these nodes. It means that you have access to the requests you purchase until you use them all. Now let's move to the use cases. We've been asked several times, like, okay, so you're node providing services. Can you provide us at least, for example, 3 or 2 use cases? So the answer is quite simple. We are working with any DApps that has access, maybe direct access or non-direct access to the blockchain nodes. Basically, it might be from DeFi's to GamiFi's to NFT marketplaces, crypto wallets, some exchanges, and even trading bots. I'm sure you have been familiar with trading bots because those are scanning mempools, and to make sure that the mempool is full of the latest blocks and full of information, full of data of the crypto protocol you're working with, and your node is quite fast enough to, to integrate this information before other bots. It's very important to have this metric as latency. So at GetBlock, we provide a huge, I would say, fast and reliable service that allows you to get information at minimum latency. Let's go further. Yeah, that's another advantage we have in GetBlock as a node providing service. We provide more than 50 plus available blockchains, starting from mainstream to some exotic ones. like new upcoming like Claytian, Phantom, those upcoming nodes that might be interested for the startups. Yeah, as for the huge ones, this is of course the Binance Smart Chain, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Phantom, and so on. Yeah, we've been launched in 2019, and in these 3 years, we decided to develop our own ecosystem. It's obvious to say that the most popular thing is the Node service, like Node API service. Another thing we decided to develop is Node clusters and custom infrastructure for those entrepreneurs who are interested in, for example, any assistance while they're building their D app. They would love to make sure that the loading to the nodes is stable and you have enough, for example, power to make sure that all your users don't have any downtimes or something. So basically, we have our products here, starting from shared, dedicated nodes, node infrastructure, GetBlock Tracker, and blockchain explorers. Let me switch. You might be kind of questioned about what is the shared and what is the dedicated nodes. So shared nodes are the nodes that are already available. If you look at our website, you just need to scan our QR code right on the right up side of the presentation. And you'll get access to your personal account where you have your API key already generated for you. So with this API key, you can use our free 40,000 requests available for free per day to start working with nodes. These are the shared nodes for multiple currency apps. If we talk about the dedicated nodes, this is mostly suited for corporates and for huge enterprises who would love to get an exclusive access to blockchain nodes. Let's say, hey Aziz, I'm opening my own wallet and I want to make sure that no one uses my node except for me. So in this case, I need a dedicated node. And I want to customize it a bit. I would like to, for example, decrease Ethereum gas or the parameter concerning the specific parameter, like let's say the latency. And I want my dedicated node to be in USA because my company and my headquarters are in USA. So we say, okay, this is the dedicated node for you. We provide you with an exclusive access. That's the case how it works. The difference are very, I would say, huge in terms of the parameters and benefits if you get the dedicated node. GetBlock Tracker is about webhook system we decided to launch this year. It's in the beta version. I'm going to talk about this a bit later. So as for the blockchain explorers, it's also, I'll just provide you with a bit more details a bit later. Yeah. So as I mentioned, dedicated nodes have 99.9% of availability. We're all the time working on increasing this number, like adding nines after the 0.999. It has no rate limits. If those who would love to ask me, like how many requests per second you're able to handle, we have no rate limits. So in case if you, for example, searching for 1,000, you're welcome. As for the shared nodes, as I mentioned, you already have 40,000 requests per day available. We're going to increase it soon, so keep tuned. As for the rate limits, currently it has 30 requests per second, but we're going to increase this number soon as well. Yeah, as for the block explorers, I'm sure you have already known we've worked with Etherscan. So we decided to look at this vertical and saw that some of the protocols, new upcoming protocols, don't have user-friendly interface with the customized analytic data that would love to show up in their explorers. So we decided to do this kind of research and found out that there is a huge niche to work on. So, and we already integrated several protocols, starting from Near Protocol, Harmony, and Flow. We're also doing our plans for the Polygon. So in case if you're running your own protocol and would love to get in touch concerning building your own block explorer, you're always welcome to get contacts and asking any questions. We'd love to build the best explorer for you. Yeah, as for the GetBlock Tracker, as I mentioned, it's in beta version. Currently, it's available for BNB chain. For those who'd love to get tracking all the transactions, the block information, and they don't want to, do these kind of constant requests on nodes, we've launched a service, a kind of a feature that allows you to get notification once any block has been released or any transaction has been done successfully. So those who are looking at different analytical data concerning WebSockets or would love to get integration using API service as well, You can ask me any question concerning this. We'll provide you with the additional features. Since it's in beta version, we are also adding more features by request. Now let's talk about numbers. So in 3 years, we could gain more than 10,000 plus active D apps that have been built using our nodes. As for the API request handled daily, you can see this quite beautiful number, and it's increasing. Today, I hope we'll increase this number by maybe X2 or X3. I hope so. And as for the active users, we have 100,000 plus active users right now. But it's always increasing, and it's quite dynamic because, as we know, the crypto world is super dynamic. Yeah, and some of the trusted top teams that we're working on and working with successfully. So we've several cases working with Binance, protocols, and Polygon, Covalent, Flux, Chainlink as well. The oracles also use our nodes to get access to some data. I guess, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much everything about providing node providing services. Yeah. And if you have any questions, I'd love to answer. So let's build something together because each DApp starts from nodes. Get it? Get it? Cool. Do you have any questions? We have, I guess, 3 minutes. So would love to provide you with any information. Yeah. I need extra microphone, I guess.
Russ.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Olbek. Thank you for sharing this experience with us. So my question is, do you have any staking option in your platform?
We have it in our roadmap. You mentioned about if we have staking options, right? Yeah. Yeah, I guess those. It's okay. It's okay. You can leave it for another question if we have. Yeah, we've been doing some requests. We've gotten some requests from our users if we have staking options. Currently, actually, we don't, but we're a bit like working on this. It's kind of surprised that it's needed another type of nodes that allows you to stake. So that's why we have it in our backlog and in our roadmap. So it's going to be available, I guess, quite soon. Yeah, I'll do recommend you to keep in touch in case if you would just update you with the information. It's available right now, and you can start using it. Any more questions? Okay, thanks a bunch for your attention. It was so nice to meet you. We have a booth here. It's number 62, so you're always welcome to come and play the lottery game and get your gifts, including free packages for using our service. Thanks.